I'm Ian Sanders, author of Juggle, Rethink Work, Reclaim Your Life. And today I'm in Paris to meet a juggler in the latest of our series of Juggle interviews. I'm here to meet Kevin Roberts. Kevin is CEO worldwide of Saatchi Saatchi, one of the world's largest creative organisations. He also sits on the board of a number of other companies. He guest lectures at business school, and he writes, he blogs. He's in town today for a board meeting, and I'm going to grab him for a chat. So here I am with Kevin Roberts on the roof of the Publicis building, and it's what a great view. You know, I mean, what I love about this, we couldn't be in any other city, could we? It's
iconic.
And probably views like this help because your schedule's so bloody manic. You know, you must sometimes wake up and think, where am I today? This helps, yeah.
And this helps you really ground it.
What's your schedule like at the moment? I know it's kind of typically all over the place. It's
well, I got in this morning from Toulon,
right?
First thing this morning, where I had all this put into place, and tonight going to New York. Then in a couple of days I'm off to Peru, where I'm getting an honorary doctorate from the UPC.
Oh, great!
From there to Mexico, where I'm running a one-day session for 500 Mexican CEOs and marketers, in terms of how to, you know, kind of personal purpose, how to get into flow and all this. From Mexico to Miami, then from Miami to Brussels to see Toyota Europe. Wow. So it goes, the world that we live in.
No, absolutely. But I mean, how do you deal with that on a kind of day-to-day basis? Because joking apart, you know, there's a lot there. I mean, where's the constant for you? You know, where's the stability? I mean, how do you manage that?
Fundamentally, you need great logistics. So you got to have great assistants. I've got 4 assistants that work for me. 2 in New York, 1 in New Zealand, 1 in the UK. So they're constantly handling schedules and all that kind of stuff. So you need great logistics. Second thing you need is familiarity. You need freedom within a framework.
Right.
So I like to stay in the same hotels, in the same seats, the same airlines, the same drivers, the same all this kind of stuff. So you can be creative within that.
Sounds a good strategy.
Within that framework. And the third thing you need to do is to only do the stuff you really enjoy and you're really good at. So whatever you're about to do next is going to be fantastic. So it's going to be full of upbeat and so on and so forth. Leave plenty of time within that. Here come all the Olympians.
Leave plenty of. Back here, we've got the French Olympic procession after the Beijing Games coming down the Champs-Élysées here.
Not as many as there would be from Britain, I guess.
No,
but there you go.
Absolutely. And you're in Paris today because of with your kind of Publicis hat on, if you like, for a Publicis board meeting, was it? Or?
Yeah, we have a French governance system, a directoire of 5 of us. We have to meet by law every month in Paris. Wow. Very good law every month in Paris. Not bad.
If I must.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we just remind the audience in terms of, obviously, you know, you're CEO worldwide for Saatchi Saatchi, which also takes in that Publicis role. But there's a load of other stuff you do as well. You just kind of recap what it is, because you guest lecture at business schools.
So I'm the CEO in residence at the Cambridge, right, which is really tremendous for me. I am a shareholder in New Zealand Rugby Football Academy with Sean Fitzpatrick and Mary Mexted, helping the All Blacks continue their dominance as the world scene. I'm the chairman of USA Rugby. I run a company called Inspiros, which is helping P&G, Toyota, and all these guys move into inspirational leadership. Yeah, and I got a bunch of other stuff going on. I've got an internet company, of course, who doesn't? Yeah. I blog every day, as you know, who doesn't? So variety, really. Just choosing the things I'm passionate about.
And that is how you deal with that bandwidth, because there's a lot there. You know, you've just run through a lot of things. In terms of getting up to speed for all those things and preparation and, you know, board meeting minutes and all the rest of it, is it still about the focus on what you love? Is that the coping mechanism there?
Yeah, I don't do a tremendous amount of preparation. I really run most of my stuff on imagination, intuition, inspiration. I like random stuff. Because I'm only doing stuff that I love, you tend to be good at the stuff that you love, right? I mean, who likes failing all the time? So you tend to be attracted to those things that you're really good at. Those things, this idea that it's, you know, 99% inspiration and 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration is complete nonsense. It's totally the other way around. I mean, I just don't think you need to sweat in today's world.
Right.
Because you have so much information available. We live in such a virtual world. We can access anything in real time. It's an amazing thing. So I think today it is about inspiration, it's about ideas, it's about creativity, it's about constant, kind of 4 things really. I look for, every day I want to get responsibility, because I want responsibility. I want to get learning, otherwise it's a pretty dull day.
Yeah.
I want to get recognition, because most of us are much better when we're recognized. And I want to live a life of joy, all right? You know, I mean, Oprah Winfrey talks about live your best life every day. And I think that's what we should all be doing.
Great. Do you manage to tick those boxes most days?
Every day. If not, you know, I'm pretty upset, and
Really?
I just keep going in the day till I do.
Wow.
It's so easy to do that today, right? I mean, if you demand of yourself for everything to be joyful, you know, what could be more joyful than this?
No, sure.
I learned an awful lot when I got all your questions on juggling. I learned
Yeah.
a lot about it. That was
Yeah.
very cool, right? I'm looking forward to see where all this goes, because we are living a life now where jugglers are living the most liberated, free, entrepreneurial, inspirational
Absolutely.
lives.
It's the having it all thing.
Absolutely right, because you can. It's not about work-life balance, is it?
No.
It's about work-life integration.
Sure.
I don't want to balance my
Yeah,
life.
yeah. It's anything
I want to
but balance.
blast
It's
it.
all over the bloody place.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to blast it to the max, you
Yeah.
know?
And you know, I see really clearly how you, as CEO of Saatchi Saatchi, are kind of getting away with it, that juggle life and everything else. What about kind of drilling down in the organisation a bit? I mean, how do you see that's possible for some of your management team and the execs in terms of?
Well,
you know,
it's a good question, you know, because people tell you, oh man, it's tough at the top, yeah? I mean, they've got to be kidding me. It's really tough at the bottom, right? You know, when you're at bottom, it's really, really tough. At the top, it's pretty easy, quite frankly. I mean, the further up a company you go, the more stupid you become, right? Because you're so far removed from everything if you're not careful. I think we try and give all our new kids exactly those four things too. Because today, kids have got multiplicity of career options, multiplicity of choices. They are not going to sign on for security, drudgery, routine,
Sure.
management, process. Forget it, man. They're going to sign on for experiences, and they want responsibility, learning, recognition, and joy as much as I do. What we tell them is, look, you've got to be responsible for your own happiness.
Right.
Nobody's going to give you
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
right? So you figure out what it is you'll never do. You figure out when you're at your best. You figure out what you believe in, and just live your life that way. Everybody else is going to go, whoa, yeah, pretty good. Because if you are living your life that way, you're probably going to be very effective. And that's what we all want, right? People to be effective.
Sure. So that's the starting point. Sounds a
It's
good
about
one.
fulfillment, really,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And if you're around kids that are being fulfilled, fulfilling themselves, usually you're in an environment where good stuff's going to happen.
Yeah. And I know also you have this philosophy, Kevin, of being hands-on when you need to be, but actually, you know, just leaving it to your team and your respective territory heads to just get on with it, and you'll dip in and out as you need to.
I think it's much about sharing a purpose, you know, share a dream. I mean, Martin Luther King did not say, I have a mission statement, you know. So share a dream with everyone, provide them with the framework, the resource, and then get the hell out of their way.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't check back, don't ask for updates, don't ask for reports. Just be there to nurture, guide, counsel, and inspire. All this management and leadership stuff, I think, is massively overrated.
Sure.
It's really about inspiring people to be themselves, to be the best they can be, against the pursuit of a shared dream. You got to have the shared dream, otherwise you have anarchy.
Sure. I think I know the answer to this one, but I'll ask it anyway. You ever have days when you struggle and you think, shit, I've just got too much on here. Something's got to give. The schedule's got to give. I mean, you know, you've broken your arm. Here you are. Your schedule's carrying on as normal. You were telling us how busy you are. Is there a time when it's like, I need time out here. I'm just going to go down to the house in Saint Tropez for a week, and I'm going to cancel the appointments? Or
Yeah, I do that whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not a struggle though.
No.
I just go, oh, you know what? I just feel like doing
I'm
this
press
now.
The pause button.
So these 2 days now, forget that, and I'm going to go away and do something completely different. So yeah, I do that. I don't take long holidays, but I take frequent breaks. You know, whether they're just to go for a walk, to go for a bike ride, to play tennis, to take a couple of days out. I'm a big believer in a lot of random trips. I mean, inspiration out is a direct reflection of inspiration in.
Yeah.
This is inspirational,
Yeah,
you know?
sure. Talking about that whole thing about, you know, you going up finding inspiration in different places and all the rest of it, and going back to what we were just last saying about work-life balance being a
Croc.
Thank you. And it's being much more about that integration. You know, again, in that schedule, finding time for you to do that cycle, to fall off your bike and do that walk. You know, you kind of you make sure there's time in the schedule for that. You know, does that go in like it's a meeting? Like if you want to say, if you weren't flying off to New York tonight, you say, I've got a half a day jogging in the park?
Back to every logistics, right? So I do an hour's cardio every day, okay? Because I have to, all right? You know, because I've got a really slow, lazy metabolism. And if I don't do an hour's cardio every day, you know, I just pile it on, stack it on, and all that kind of stuff. So I make sure that all my flight schedules, everything I do, that first hour of the day is mine, right? So every day, 6:30, boom, to 7:30. Now the cardio will take a different place. It might be a set of tennis, it could be a bike ride, right? It could be in the gym, it could be a run, whatever, but I will always take that hour out. Just me, my iPod, unless I'm playing tennis, right? So that's all the same. Secondly, on flights and all that kind of stuff, all I do on flights is sleep.
Right.
You know, I just go to sleep because I think you got to have a well and a reservoir of sleep so that when you're constantly building energy up. So
that's good, because you go on a lot of flights, so you're getting a lot of sleep.
So I don't drink, and I don't eat much on flights, I don't waste my time and all that kind of stuff. I've always got 4 books on the go simultaneously, 2 fiction, 2 non-fiction, always with me all the time. You know, because again, you know, I love to read, I love to think about new experiences and all that kind of stuff, that's vital. I've got, 12,000 songs on my iPod, which I'm constantly refreshing.
Great.
That's inspirational to me. So if you start missing out on that time, because you can now, 24/7, you can let all the technology overpower you. Crazy. It's there to liberate you.
Absolutely.
It's there to make you free and empowered, right? You've got to have curiosity to succeed today, right? You've got to be curious. So you've got to be learning about new things. I think one of the critical things I do is that I've got no friends really in the business métier. My friends are authors or journalists or athletes or musicians or poets or architects or, you know, people, so that you're just not meeting the same people from the same tribe as you.
Good, interesting tactic. And just finally, being up here, it's like the world's our oyster. You know, do you kind of think, you know, it's a long way from Lancaster Royal Grammar School. You know, do you feel this is it? You know,
except I'm going to be back there in 2 weeks talking to the sixth form and the teachers
again. You're a governor of.
I'm a governor of the school as well. But I also work with all the sixth form on their life program.
Do you?
Yeah. I do 3 sessions a year with them, and I also work with the teachers on working with the.
I was going to say, how do you find time for that? But I think we probably heard that earlier in the interview. but joking apart, yeah. I mean, do you really feel this is? I mean, you know, it sounds like. Yeah, you work hard, but don't we all? But really, you know, you've got a stage where you're juggling stuff you love, driven by passion, and you know, apart from falling off bikes, it all sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I've been 11 years. I mean, you're not a cyclist until you've had a bad fall. Do you know what I mean? So 11 years I've been at Saatchi, and Saatchi is like playing football for Brazil. You know, we play the beautiful game. We don't always win, okay, but we will score a lot of goals. And we have this T-shirt at Saatchi. On the front it says, "I work for Saatchi and Saatchi." And on the back it says, "And you don't." and it is permission to misbehave, right?
Like
because
that.
we're an ideas company. We don't make anything except ideas. And an idea is only an idea once, right? Average age of our company is 27. Imagine how fresh that is.
Wow, that's great.
And we turn over 20% of our people every year. So every 5 years.
You're getting new blood, new ideas.
Fantastic.
That's cool. Kevin, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks for your time.
Good luck.